All right, we've got a lot to discuss this week, so let's get right into it. Starting with the primaries this week, we had Republican primaries and one Democratic primaries in different congressional districts across Virginia. Let's start with the 7th congressional district, where Prince William Supervisor Yesli Vega will go up against incumbent Democrat Abigail Spanberger. Jeff Shapiro, what do you make of the primary in the 7th?
Remember, this is a district that was reoriented from suburban Richmond, Abigail Spanberger's home turf, to outer northern Virginia. Its largest jurisdiction, Prince William County. They are on the edges of the DC suburbs. It was the Prince William County vote, by the way, 52% for Vega, that allowed her to seal this nomination in a field of six. She's sort of Trumpy. She's a cop, sheriff's deputy specifically, serves on the county board of supervisors, aspires to become the first Latina elected to Congress from Virginia. Prince William County is a majority minority county. Republicans are confident that their nominee will be able to tap in to that increasingly diverse electorate up there. We will see, because while Prince William County, in a low turnout primary, voted big time for Vega, Prince William County in a general election is a very different animal. It's quite blue.
So the other really competitive congressional district is out in Virginia Beach, where we've got State Senator Jen Kiggans going up against incumbent Democrat Elaine Luria. Jeff Shapiro, what do we make of this race in the 2nd?
Yeah, and in the second, hard by the Atlantic coast, another reminder of the dominance of the suburban vote. Four-way race down there for the Republican primary. Kiggans, a state senator, wins with 63% of the Virginia Beach vote. The incumbent, Elaine Luria, also from Virginia Beach, a divided vote down there in a general election could be trouble for Luria, because the surrounding territory, more rural, also very red. And of course, Luria, with her starring role in the 1-6 committee, as we've discussed previously, this aggravates Republicans, and it contributes to some anxiety among Democrats as well. Virginia, too, is probably going to be the most closely followed race in Virginia, certainly by the national parties.
So this week we also got a conclusion to the seemingly never-ending story of the budget, which was finally signed into law this week. Jeff Shapiro, what do we make of the final version of the budget?
So Governor Youngkin stages a ceremony at a grocery store here in suburban Richmond. It's a campaign-style event. He vows to continue to fight for, even more tax relief and big bucks for his agenda dollars that were denied by the legislature when it returned to act on his proposed tweaks to the budget. Among Youngkin's aspirations, more lab schools. These are essentially privately run, publicly financed schools. The funding was limited because of a vote in the Democratic Senate against it. And it was the Democratic Senate as well that killed Youngkin's gas tax holiday a third time. But it's something that could rise Phoenix like, because this week, President Joe Biden, a Democrat, proposed a federal gas tax holiday, and he says that states should do the same. Of course, 5 have already enacted these holidays, including neighbor Maryland. There was a lesson in this reconvened budget tweaking session for the governor from the Republicans in the House. He'd been warned not to gratuitously lard up the budget with a lot of amendments. And on a parliamentary ruling by the Speaker, Todd Gilbert, Youngkin's proposal to create a new state criminal law died. The governor wanted to create protections for judges from protesters who were allegedly besieged in their homes. And this is, of course, all about the protests outside the homes of three U.S. Supreme Court justices who live in Virginia and are likely to vote on that much anticipated opinion ending federal abortion rights protections.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we've got for this week. My name is Michael Pope, and we've been joined by Jeff Schapiro of the Richmond Times Dispatch. Talk to you next week.
See you around.